Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline.
I got you.
Friday. Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
66, bullet, high.
Touch 50.
Now Wilson on first down. Completes it to Dixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15.
52, Mike. 52. Watch the run. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
Now it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And Dixon has it. 1 yard is the gain there. It'll bring up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Right, move the team.
53, Mike. Here we go, G.
Bang out. Bam.
Let's go. Hard shot. 53, Mike, 53. Let's go, D.
Start.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Timmy Jernigan with a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
Hey guys, listen. Hayward.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
This is Howard on second down. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Throwing is Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quentin Jefferson gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On first down, Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And they work this out past the 25. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He finds Ursua. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's another Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball?
Move 15.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Check. Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Quick slant. Caught by Moore. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice
I
game.
was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
Hey, zero. Hey, got it.
On second down, here's Penny. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Alert. Run left.
I got motion.
Hey, let's go double count right here. Double count.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. We're scoreless after 1. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Alert.
Hustle. 52 right here. 52. Watch the curl.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back.
52's the Danny. 552. I'm here all day. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Alert. Check 52.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Check.
Alert.
Check. 42's the Mike. Plus, run you over. I'm going to run you over. Mike's 42. Mike's 42. Here we go. Let's bring it.
Now Wilson.
Let's bring it.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Penny, a first down carry. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Be alert.
Hey, Mike, get set. 52.
Good. 4 down.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the Mike. 65.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
14.
52's the Mike. Mike 52. I'm on.
Push left.
Watch Mike. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
95.
No. Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52.
And that'll set him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
I got you.
14, got it.
Go, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. No, ready.
Go.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
I'll go special.
Go, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. It's a party now. Go.
To throw is Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Charles, with that incompletion, I want to step back for a second, just talk about the quarterbacks this year. It's an interesting stat that you and I were looking at before the game. 40 quarterbacks have been used in the first 3 weeks of the NFL season, most in the Super Bowl era. Some injuries and then just some changes at QB.
Yeah, and 20 of the starting quarterbacks this past Sunday under the age of 27. But what I like about what I'm seeing, despite the injuries, retirements, guys being unable to play, I'm seeing these youngsters and backups come in and play well in a lot of cases. Gardner Minshew in Jacksonville has taken charge there. They got their first win. Kyle Allen, 4-touchdown pass for Carolina in relief of Cam Newton. They got their first win. Going into week 3, the collective quarterback rating for the season, 94.0, which was the highest at that stage of the season in a long time in the NFL. So maybe the quarterbacking straits that we talk about all the time aren't as dire as we've made them out to be.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Howard. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
54 Mike. Hey, tight down. Lefty. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Mike 5-4. Come on, D.
On 2nd down, it's Howard, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Go. 120.
54. Let's go, defense. Let's go.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job is a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 30 yards.
Here we go. Ready?
I'm coming after you.
purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left, and that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 31 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Wilson. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Look for signals.
Here we go.
Go.
Motion. 42's the mark. 42's the mark.
You gonna see me, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Mike 42. Tighten up. Pull it together.
Mike 42. Let's go, B.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Draw play. This is Sproles. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Wentz. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep, right? Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Preload. Got it. Pick it up. Mike 42.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Tackle made there by Jonathan Cyprien.
Get him. Check. Lucky.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Check. 42's the Mike. Check. 42's the Mike.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Mike's 42. I'm coming after you. Took right.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
42's the Mike.
Pick me up. Here we go.
42's the Mike.
Rip right.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. This complete to Lockett. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
I got you, son. Slam. Alert. Mike 42.
Watch the run.
12.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Hey, 0, 0, 0. Motion to the backfield. Mike 42, Mike 42. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
To throw again on second down. Wilson, rush coming, and he's taken down. Derek Barnett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. Brandon Graham, his 2nd sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10.
Watch it, Alpha. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Watch the run. Check. Bunch. Check. Show it up.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught by Jackson. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that, and we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On play action, Wentz. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
A loss of 8 yards. It's 2nd down.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Delayed give to Sproles. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look.
Let's go. Pick it up,
Working from the gun, Wentz. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Go.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They go counter with Howard. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Check curls.
Let's find 7.
55, mark, 55.
Don't let him breathe. Breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Watch his flat.
Sproles. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now Howard. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Howard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll run it with Sproles. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
42 is the mic. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Echo. 42's the mic. Come on.
Now Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Running with Howard. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And they're running the jet sweep. This is Jeffrey. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And now hang on here. The door, can you hear it? It's a little open.
Is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitched?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit different look on the game at this point.
Big momentum swing here in the 4th on the punt fumble. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Barnett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Fletcher Cox able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles.
And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one